Well, here at home, the Concerned Citizens for Seniors Care Society held their annual general meeting last night. 40 residents gathered to have a tour of the new Pioneer House facilities and to discuss issues within the community affecting seniors, including the future of the Dr. Cooke Extended Care Center.
Our proposal talks about if we're repurposing, and we've laid out a case of why we should have that repurposed. We think it makes a lot of sense. We're saying if you don't want to repurpose and if you want to replace, then we would be willing to support that when we see the dollars in place for the replacement.
Brown also said they would be open to the idea of the building being donated to the city to create a facility similar to Pioneer House.
Hopefully with the local input that we're being given a chance next week at a meeting with Alberta Health Services, we're hoping that they will take the input, and we're hoping that we will be able to sway them.
For more information, you can visit the Society's Facebook page. Well, parents of infants and toddlers often struggle when their children feel they can't be apart for any length of time. But separation anxiety in youngsters is part of that stage, and as Josh Ryan explains in this week's Healthy Living, there are some strategies to cope with the stress of that phase.
Separation anxiety in infants and toddlers, which occurs between 6 to 9 months and again around 18 months, is a tough time for little ones and their parents.
We often call it making strange, where they don't want to go to other people and they want to stay more with their caregivers that they're used to.
Skolrud remembers having a hard time trying to handle her own children who struggled in this phase.
It's a pretty frustrating time, really, when you're, you have things to do and places to go and things like that, and you feel a little bit tied down.
While some children will go through this period more smoothly than others, there are a number of steps parents can take to ease them forward, including spending as much quality time together as you can and limiting separation when possible.
Limiting the amount of times that they have to be parted from parents when they're going through those times, and really supporting them well, letting them kind of ease into it a little bit rather than just being all of a sudden left.
A few other strategies include informing family and friends what your child is going through and slowly but steadily putting your kids in situations where they can interact with others, which can help them experience fun and comfort beyond the parents.
One of the things is just coming in lots into the playground and stuff like that, and they get used to more and more just going a little further from mom each time.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
A local store many turn to for home makeover supplies has just completed renovations themselves. Home Hardware is hosting a 3-day celebration from today through Saturday to conclude 2 years of construction. Those who visit Home Hardware will see visible changes to the store layout.
We've widened our aisles, it's a lot brighter. We've paved some areas that previously weren't paved, so it's more comfortable for customers with shopping carts. We've expanded our cafe.
Now, throughout all the changes, the store remained open, which representatives say wasn't easy.
Open during the renovation, so that was a challenge to our staff as well as our customers because we had to rip off the entire exterior face of the store, move the front entrance. We actually lost space before we gained space.
As part of the celebrations, Big Brothers Big Sisters is providing a daily charity barbecue for lunch, while the Kiwanis Club has a cotton candy station. Vaccines are the best line of defense when it comes to protecting against certain common diseases. In this week's Agriculture Report, Gerard Lampow gets some important reminders as producers get ready to brand the new calves and give them their first shot.
Vaccinations are used in beef cattle to prevent different types of, or control different types of diseases.
Dr. Nathan Erickson is a Stony Plain native who graduated from the U of S in 2005 and has been lecturing for the last 2 years at the Large Animal Sciences Department at WCVM. Many producers will vaccinate their calves at this time of year when they are about 2 to 3 months old. This offers protection against respiratory problems like pneumonias as well as Clostridium diseases like tetanus and blackleg. Erickson says a proper handling of vaccines is critical.
We want to make sure that if they're using modified live vaccines, so those are vaccines that have one bottle has a powder cake in it and the other bottle has a liquid, and you mix the liquid into that powder before giving the vaccines.
Erickson says use up all the mixture in 1 to 2 hours. As many producers will be vaccinating and branding outdoors, be sure to have enough syringes and change the needle each time you start a new bottle to ensure effectiveness and prevent transmission of bacteria. Also, the vaccine must be kept cool.
Trying to keep the vaccines in a cooler, but not directly on ice, so putting a towel in between the vaccine and the ice pack is important because direct contact to the ice may freeze the vaccine.
Apart from handling, getting the dosage right is important. Also, don't vaccinate if the animal is stressed and monitor calves for any adverse reactions which may show up within the hour.
Things to look out for would be increased breathing rate, drooling, or the animal could lay down and look like it's in some sort of respiratory distress.
Treat these animals right away for any vaccine reactions. Consumers are also concerned when they hear about vaccinations. However, producers keep detailed records so there's no chance of contamination and animals are fully weaned, ensuring high-quality beef.
Depending on the vaccine, there'll be a certain number of days where the animal will not be saleable for consumption for slaughter until after they're over that withholding period.
Dr. Erickson says stay in touch with your vet, especially when using new vaccines. Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.
This is Newcap Sports.
Well, BJ Carey is a name anyone within or maybe even outside the chuck wagon world would recognize. He's been a staple in the driver's seat for years, and Lance Phillips provides us some insight into his first races after a long winter off.
I feel that I got 2 great outfits. I got a bunch of great sponsors, and I'm going to go out there and give her all.
Those were the thoughts after setup for North Battleford Thursday. A confident BJ Carey moving into his 11th season of CPCA driving with a hope of being back to a place that's eluded him for years.
Ever since 13, when I won the Canadian Championship, I want to be back there. So that's my expectation, and so that's what I'm hoping for, and I'm going to do everything I can to get there again. But the thing is there's 23 or 24 other guys that want to be there as well. So it's not an easy job. If it was easy, everybody would be there.
Carey knows better than anyone how difficult the CPCA Pro Tour can be.
I was kind of disappointed, with tonight. But I mean, new horses on both outfits, and tomorrow we'll hook the older guys, and hoping for better tomorrow and better every day. So it's a long season.
Friday's times proved to be subpar by Carey's standards, but Saturday and Sunday provided far better results, allowing Carey to finish the weekend with the 10th fastest aggregate time amongst point wagons.
My main left wheeler he's got a stone bruise, so he was parked all weekend, and I moved one of the lead horses back on the left wheel in the first outfit to see what he would do back there, because he's never been on the wheel, and I think I could put him in there and I'd still have the start and still have everything that I need to get out of the barrels and have more run. So if Maladin's not ready to go, I think I can put Sheriff back there and be pretty solid.
They looked much better than the last 2 days. They looked more fit, they looked ready, they looked faster. They seemed like they knew the figure 8 better.
My horses aren't as fit as I'd like them to be, and it'll come though, and hopefully by next weekend we'll be able to run all the way on a longer track, and we'll see what happens.
The recent cancellation of the Poundmaker stop gives Carey an extra weekend to get air into his horses. And this is a dilemma he and many other drivers have faced after a winter that lasted well into spring.
I mean, I didn't have a chance to drive as much as I wanted to in the spring. It seemed like every time I was off work it was wet, or it's just the way it goes. You can't control Mother Nature. And
not every week's going to be the greatest week for you. You got to have that rocky start and climb at the end.
I think I'm sitting pretty good moving forward, and I just gotta keep going and stay clean.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports.
Today marks a travel day for Lloydcom's rugby teams. A date in Strathmore for provincial championships awaits the two teams, and expectations are high in more ways than one. Our Lance Phillips caught up with coaches and players at the recent Barron's Awards banquet and questioned them about exactly what they're hoping to achieve.
This year we want to take it to a winning record at provincials, and hopefully we can come home with a medal. If not, a winning record at provincials will be deemed a success no matter what place we finish.
We're going in 7th place this year, and I hope we leave with a higher rank, and we're top 3 would be nice.
With this tournament, it's 3 games in 2 days of really physical combat. So I want them to have an experience where they say, I'm willing to collapse for my teammates on the field, and they carry that with them for the rest of their life.
Now, besides the natural expectation to win, players are hoping to gain more from the experience from both a personal and a team standpoint.
I really hope that our rugby team does get more recognition within the school, and more just help with it, and that we do get more bodies out.
Overall, I'd say just a fun time. I mean, for me, it's my last year there. I just want to have fun. Sure, I'm there to win too, but like Steve mentioned earlier, I just want to kind of remember it for the rest of my life and grow from being there, I guess.
Their Tier 2 tournament runs Friday and Saturday.